We've been looking at the sports stories. Great insight into what really happened between the match between Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. But one of the cities in Ghana where football is a big favorite for fans there is Kumasi. And usually they would have to trek to the various pubs and the various centers to watch those matches. But one thing that is why residents of Kumasi is a charge better traffic, and especially just along the routes, Kejetia, Bantama, and some of those areas. And in Kumasi, we tend to have huge traffic congestion. This especially experience at the intersections or the interspersed periods of the traffic areas, or particularly the rush hour period, result in many residents complaining about the traffic congestion, increasing their time periods of travel, and also delaying the time that they have to arrive at destination safely. And at Kejetia and Adum, it's a serious problem for some of those residents and commuters. Well, Erasa Saridonko has been on the beat and has the latest for us.
It's a hot afternoon here at Kejetia, and this road where I'm standing now leads to Kejetia proper. From that end towards Kejetia is a no-go area for any serious businessman who wants to remain competitive. The vehicles you see here are stacked, and there's no way ahead for them. Too much congestion. If you should stay in this queue, you can be in traffic for close to 2 hours. And that's the seriousness of the problem. The central business district is blocked, congested. You can see here at the 18 area, the human congestion is deep, and it takes you hours to be able to trace your steps through the milling crowd right onto the main street and into where you're going. And if you go to the other street, it's totally blocked. So from here to Kejetia Pampaso, which leads straight into the zoo area and the cultural center, straight to the Confano Teaching Hospital, is a no-go area. It's totally blocked. From this place to that end also goes straight to the Asafo Market and to the tech area. That is also, vehicles are moving at a snail pace as pedestrians compete with vehicles for space. The congestion is so huge. This did not start today. It started way back years, over 10 years ago. And successive mayors have tried to move people from the pavement to try and maintain a clean stance for both vehicular and pedestrian walkways. But then it has not been successful. Beneath that, underlining, is a strong sense of politics, where people will vote based on who will drive them away from the pavement. The other issue is about where they will be moved to, and that has been a bone of contention. The current mayor, Mr. Osesibe, is promising to look at areas, develop the racecourse area, and try to move them to a secure location before the streets are cleared. Whether he will be successful, he tells us why. You spoke about your sectional address to be delivered soon. What will be captured in there?
Well, with the sectional address, well, I will touch on the waste. I will touch on sanitation and the environment, because you know, Kumasi, we used to proud ourselves as the garden city of West Africa, but we've lost that fame. So I will touch on it, how to get it back. And at the same time, I will also touch on the congestion in the city. I will touch on the debt that has engulfed the city.
It's an arduous task, in fact, looking at the congestion, and this being a so-called NPP stronghold. How are you going to tackle this?
As for how I am going to tackle it, you know, the assembly system, we work with structures. So first of all, I will have to deliver the sessional address, come out with what I want to do, and after that, I will hand over everything to the presiding member. The presiding member will then go and discuss it with the assembly, and after that, we will roll out the workable plan.
How do you want to see, where do you want to see Kumasi, say, at the end of your tenure?
I want us to get back to where it used to be. Where it used to be. Years back, Kumasi was a city everybody would love to be in.
So I'm here with one of the traders here on the pavements. Let me find out from him. Sanya hatches so say nipa bodom pe mo ha kwan am befa so akọ e problem mo so moto ne ma okwan ho sana mo hu no
tra hatches so de e kwan na omo ye project no e kwan nyai one way it is na ma hire actually so no.
The congestion is due to the construction going on here. When the Kejetia market is completed, the congestion will be solved. The chief executive should exercise some patience. Someone came for 8 years, and he did not send us away. We can manage it here. The project is almost done. It is no fault of ours that the city is congested. Everybody used these routes because of the construction. After the contractors created this fence, we had to move to occupy this side instead of our previous position. She says, where we were sent to is bad, and the stations were not organized. People were not patronizing the place. If they should construct it well, we will move.
It's a Ghana from Penny for many years. The Jenny Penny and the Betty Miako school.
I'm not there. So much Edinema to Tuna Kwamui, no more Hokama, and this is Nayokohodia, a Babuana, or Montimi. I'm fancy Papa and Twaquamudia, and a Fenam. And
if they should organize race course very well, it will help us all. There should be shelters for us, a place we can stay when it rains or the sun is too hot. If all vehicles are moved there, it will help ease congestion.
Power. And it is a campaign for the Betima Bonokomaya Honekama, since to Nariabo, no many baby Nadia, and then Kabebua, and then Komuma Kabian in Ekohodia, and then Kabeba about second Ebo Hanebo there. MYA.
So this is race course, a place designated by the previous administration for traders who were moved from the Kejetia area to make way for the Kejetia Central Market Redevelopment Project to go on, were moved to temporarily. Now, as you can see, it has its own problems. Dusty roads, bushes around that traders complain gave them snake bites. And the road leading from here to the city center too is one that is fraught with thievery and armed robbery. Perhaps the reason why traders refuse to come to this place is because of these sheds that serve as shelter for people in case it rains. You can see there's nothing covering them. It has no protective cover. And so in the times of rain, there's nowhere to hide. And so it has become a problem for those at the city center to move here. Those who came here temporarily have also left. to trade on the pavements at the city center, creating that congestion. Until that is resolved, well, city authorities say they are considering developing this area. If they don't do that, it will be difficult for traders to come here and ease congestion at the city center. Reporting for Joy News, Erastus Asaridonko, Love FM, Kumasi.
Well, thank you very much, Erastus Asaridonko, with that great insight into the traffic congestion in Kejetia and the routes leading to Adum, especially in those rush hour periods. But for all those residents in other parts of the city who are also experiencing all these difficulties in commuting from one section of the city to the other, we say that just make sure that you use alternative routes. And this is all part of the AM show service to make sure we give the best insight into what really is happening in our city, not only in Kumasi, but in a town or city near you. Well, please get interactive. On Facebook, we have Joy News on TV. We're streaming live there. And then we also have an interactive handle at Joy News on TV. As you do all that, you can also personally tweet at me, Walker Ghana. And also, please log on to my page on Facebook, Roland Walker.